Well, it's Wednesday morning, and Remy's out here helping me out. This is my lady's wonderful bear dog. And yeah, we're getting ready for paint. So, yeah, forgive the shadows there. I got the sun to my back. We've got everything done pretty much. So, I wanted to make a real quick early note here that the folks on Fiberglass informed me earlier yesterday that RJ is a polyester, polyvinyl compound. West System Epoxy apparently will not bond to it. That's what I coated the insides of the skins with, and that's probably why I'm seeing some of the delamination. So this may have been a fruitless exercise, or this may stay solid for 20 years. It's really hard to tell at this point. What I'm going to be doing though is keeping a really sharp eye on the entire transom, especially around the engine, and some of the points that I know might be a little bit weaker. And I'm going to be using that as a point of reference just to make sure that the transom's holding up. If I see any stress cracks at all, unfortunately I'm going to have to take the engine off and take it to a fiberglass guy that knows better than I. The solution there is to take off the outer skin and grind down the RJ, and then apply a polyester or the RJ vinyl ester resin to it, and then refiberglass over top. So you live and learn. I had no idea about that stuff. I had seen that mentioned, but it never really registered. So yeah, this is an amateur job, and I'm a novice, and I'm really happy with how it turned out. My only sanding and fairing or spackling experience has been with drywall, and I just tried to apply what I knew to this stuff, and I think it came out really nice. You can see here, you got nice smooth lines. Everything looks real slick. I managed to, I'll take a step back here. I managed to keep the original lines of the transom, so I think it looks fantastic. The right side, you can barely tell that I had to rebuild that on the bottom there, bottom right. So yeah, everything came out great. Fairing compound's all sanded down, everything's wiped down with acetone, and I'm going to start getting to paint here. And the paint that I'm using on the back is the same stuff I used here in the bilge. And that paint job is totally done. Didn't need to be pretty, so just covered up by the floor, and this is just to protect the fiberglass on the bottom that was in really bad shape. I don't even know if it had ever been painted. It just looked, it was starting to deteriorate on top. So hopefully this gives it some more longevity and some more support. I'm going to be popping the floor every couple of months to check the ribs for stress cracks and repairing those as needed, because that is a key structural part of this boat. And I just want to point out the paint that I'm using here. So this paint is the Proline Marine Finish 4800. It's a polyurethane. Stuff works fantastic. I love working with it. Let me pull a little chunk out of the trash here. You can see it's really pliable when it comes out. Comes out of the cup here. Now I would highly recommend some Sherwin-Williams cups or anything that's got a scale on the side. This has been key. 2-to-1 mixer's been a no-brainer with it. So yeah, this stuff is really pliable. It's really flexible. One of the reasons I chose it for the floors is, my floorboards are coated in this stuff, and one of the reasons I chose it was because it was flexible. It will move a little tiny bit and it won't crack. It's also basically impervious. And like I said, Sherwin-Williams in Ybor City told me that this is the same stuff they use on the ocean liners that come into the docks for repair. So yeah, it should hold up a long time. I'm coating a couple other spots along the hull. You can see this where my control box mounts. It's old school to the exterior. So yeah, I got a couple other little touch-up spots, and I've sanded down and filled all the holes on the caps, and you can tell it wasn't even here. The repair job that was done many years ago just wasn't even, and the sander actually took a lot out. So they must have tried to fill something, but you can see this is the original gel coat right here. This is the primer, and then you've got the top coat paint that went on there. The paint up top has held up pretty well. My guess is that it was probably done first when it was painted, and I know that the shop that I went to many years ago switched fiberglass folks, their techs in-house, and the bottom has been the shaky part. The top coat has been phenomenal. Hoping I can find a nice color to match to just work that in. And yeah, the back will be that nice shiny white you see along the side of the hull and down in the bilge. So first coat goes on. I have to do a coat every 6 hours, so it's going to take 3 or 4. And we're looking at 2 days from now to have this at the marina and get that engine on. Cheers.